Take my breath away and make it last forever, babe. Do it now or never, babe. We don't need permission to stay.
Good, Ray. It's your birthday. Well, not your birthday, but 200 episodes of your podcast, that shit should feel like a birthday. It's your girl, Harley Hendricks. First of all, Dre, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Beyond 1130 podcast. I have the best time with you guys. Second of all, and really should have been first of all, congratulations, big bro. This is such a big thing. Like, I am super proud of you. I am super excited to see this episode. I'm just excited to see where you and your brand goes. And I'm excited to say that I'm going to be a part of it moving forward because we family now. I love you so much, bro. And I thank you. I can't thank you enough for having me be a part of your platform. And I'm excited to be a part of the growth.
Shout out to the 1130 podcast, the 1130, not 730, but it's crazy though. 200 episodes, man. Congratulations to y'all. I flew with the DMV area out here in the Topeka, Kansas. Just over here at the bar and grill. I forgot to send this in, so I'm sending it in now. Shout outs to the 1130 podcast. Big Zim in the house. SJ Hazim. Y'all know what it is.
What's going on with it? This your boy Selfmade EST. And I would like to congratulate the 1130 podcast for hitting its 200 episode today. That's right. Congratulations to the 1130 podcast for hitting its 200 episode today. Tune in. Make sure you tune in today.
Hey, it's Chanel Batiste, your favorite no bullshit therapist and mental wealth coach of Choosing Empowerment. And I came to say congratulations to the 1130 podcast on its 200th episode. This is amazing. Keep doing what you're doing, Dre on Wheels. Keep feeding the people what they love. Give the people what they want. And if you need me back on for anything, I got you. I enjoy being on the show, and I enjoy what you do. Keep pushing forward. Much love, bro.
You're now listening to the 1130 podcast. Enjoy the show.
1130 podcast. It's Odie Breeze, baby. Dre on wheels. You know it. Now where you was when a nigga was messed up? Where you was at, on man? My ass. I was stuck in a tree. Ain't nobody help me out. Ain't nobody help me down. I was faded. I was drinking. I was popping the molly. I wasn't thinking. But I'm grown now. So it's back to the basics. I'm living.
I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one. Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Let's get it, yeah. No with me, yeah. I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 1130 podcast, Dre on Wheels, he is the one.
Yo, man, what it do, everybody, man? We live here on the 200th episode of the 1130 podcast. What's goody, man? How everybody doing out there? Appreciate everyone definitely tuning in to the 200th episode of the 1130 podcast, man. I said it again, man. I'm nervous, man. I'm excited. We live here on the 1130 podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and definitely here live on the 1130 podcast YouTube channel, man. It's about to be a wonderful show, a great show, man. Lining up, like I said, it's 200 episode. And man, been podcasting for 4.5 years now, and created some great moments and memories and connected with so many different, people, man, all across the world, man. And, just keep on doing it. I love it, man. And I'm here with you guys, man, and we're going to rock out for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, man, for real. It's the 1130 podcast. 200 episode. You guys, if you're new to the show and if you haven't done so already, definitely do me a huge favor. I don't know what you're waiting for. Definitely hit that subscribe button, you guys, man, down below. You guys like it, leave a comment, and share it, do all that great stuff. And don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms, man. All right, man. Now that's out the way. I'm excited. Like I said, it's the 200th episode of the 1130 podcast show. And man, I don't even know where actually to start. But actually, I do, man. I want to thank everyone once again who have definitely been riding with me on this whole journey of podcasting, man. I shared this on last week's episode with the crew, the Beyond 11 crew. If guys, if you didn't tune in, Beyond 1130 definitely returns next month, you guys. So that's gonna be fun, and we're gonna be talking some more grown folk stuff and everything. But my brother, man, you know, in the intro, you guys hear my brother, man, he was a big inspiration to me getting into the podcasting game, and I definitely remember when I first saw him doing it. I was like, yo, man, your biggest fan. Definitely when he did music. So one thing led to another, man, giving me a laptop and then my fiance looking out for me and seeing what I can do, and just this whole journey. But definitely, my brother, man, I miss you, and definitely, this was supposed to happen, man. I got a lot of good inspiration vibes from everyone who definitely been on the show, and who've been guests and who tuned in and stuff. So once again, I appreciate everyone. But you guys, man, I got an amazing guest that's joining on this week's episode. You guys, man, Koffee Brown, you guys, man. I don't want to mess that up. R&B duo, you guys. R&B duo. If you remember back in 2001, shit, I definitely do. On a Saturday morning when the music was cranking and everybody in the house was cleaning up and stuff, you feel me? At the party and everything. Yo, we're going to be having them here on the 1130 podcast show, man. For real. It's going to be really, really dope. And as well, man, when I started out the 1130 podcast show, of course, man, everyone who know me know I'm a big wrestling, fanatic, man, and I, can talk wrestling for days, man. And I was just thinking another way to branch the 1130 podcast show off to different people, and to have people to come in and be like, yo, man, I dig what you're doing, was talk about other stuff than just wrestling though. And wrestling was the main thing, and I'm gonna talk my wrestling. I'm gonna do my thing. I got my guy Warren Marlowe, you guys, man. He's the host of Buzzing with Marlowe. He's also my commission bro, man. He's gonna be tapping in just a bit. We're gonna be chopping it up on some things, man. We got be both fathers, and he's definitely been someone I can go to and chat to about dad advice and all of that, man. So we got my guy Warren Marlowe definitely coming up as well, you guys. Later on in the show, the big WTF moment of the week. I got two of them, man. I usually got one, but I got two of them, so definitely stick around for that. Also, everyone who's tuning in, man, the hot seat each and every week. I always put a guest in the hot seat, ask some random 5 questions, whether they be, steamy, whatever the case, man. I'm gonna leave it to you guys, man. I'm gonna leave it to you guys and everyone who's tuning in and watching and everything. Man, if you got any questions, drop it down in the comments, man. I'm gonna get to the comments in just a bit, but it's a celebration here. I'm gonna get to my guy Warren Marlowe, and also still coming up, you guys, they will be joining the 1130 podcast specifically at 8:30, you guys. So if you need to go grab something to eat, something to drink real quick, and come right back at 8:30, you guys, Koffee Brown will be joining the 1130 podcast show. But like I said, man, I'm excited. It's been some really awesome moments throughout the 1130 podcast, man, over the years, man, where it's been some uplifting moments. It's been moments that sort of defined the 1130 podcast, or better yet, just needed to get something off my chest. So better yet, man, I'm a guy who loves comedy, and I love to laugh, though. So right now, we're going to check out a little bit of some funny moments, you guys, of the 1130 podcast show.
My man had called, was like, man, somebody hacked my account. I'm like, oh yeah, for real? So I text back, like, for real? Dang, that's messed up. So my business calling or whatever like that. So I had a business meeting or whatever like that. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and go back on Instagram and give her my number. I don't want her to think that I'm, leaving her out or, I'm being a messed up friend or, whatever like that. So gave her my number. Boom. Next thing you know, that she was like, I blocked out my Instagram account. I'm like, wow, or whatever like that. He said, I'm gonna send you a link, just send it back. So I ain't think nothing of it, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, okay, I got a lot of things going on. So I sent the link back. And next thing you know, man, like I'm talking about with the snap of a finger, I was up out of there, Joe, man. You know how fast my heart dropped. Hey, my heart dropped so fast. I was just like, I ain't call my hands, man, but like, bro, hey, somebody look me up my account. Like, he gonna tell me, yeah, for real. I'm like, motherfucker, fuck you. Y'all niggas think it's a game. Like, nigga, I put everything, for us, man, you know what I mean? And for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Our Instagram is our business and how we connect with people and how we connect with our fans. So, you know what I mean? It's like, once you take that away, it's like, wow.
Would you rather walk to work in heels or drive to work in reverse?
That's dangerous.
Sounds real stressful. Oh, I gotta back up 5 yards. I'm like, yo.
For real though.
Goodness.
Tap to edit. Yeah. Gotta tap it again.
I can't breathe.
Didn't tap that shit yet, I'll say that.
I just resent it.
You ran out of time.
I just resent it.
Did that shit.
I ain't paying attention to it.
Why are the arms moving off of the picture?
Wait a minute, Warren. No, wait a minute. Talk about Warren. Disqualified. Listen, we're not playing that clip.
Yo. Oh my god.
I ain't have it that bad. Tap the edit.
I'm gonna have Oscar Grammy winning shit when I put my clips up there now. Because I ain't fucking up.
No, this is going down for the OTTR awards, yo. This is the funniest shit that we done.
Oh man.
I don't know that shit said tap to edit. That shit had 20 seconds of black screen on it.
Tell me that you trying to put a Sopranos ending on my bro. I'm a Sopranos.
His video was literally trying to tell him he wasn't done.
He said 73% of the wrestlers in that pick is dead.
I might want to watch those movies on video.
I guarantee you a lot of people would.
No, I don't agree. I definitely would watch a Vince McMahon
I'm
movie.
in
Come
tears.
on.
Oh,
if you're a wrestling fan, you would watch it.
I'd watch that shit all day.
The wrestlers in that picture is dead.
I was checking them out on the Angels on this Saturday. I was working.
Totally forgot about that. Muted, bro.
All right. I was muted though. Definitely some fun moments. On the 11:30 podcast show, man. Hey yo, man.
I totally forgot about that. At first, I thought that was Deuce's slide. I thought that was Deuce's slide for a second. I'm sitting here laughing. Oh, damn,
man.
I forgot all about it.
When I went over this the other day and I was just, going through some funniest moments, man. Definitely from my guy A Millie from right here in DC. And we both had got hacked out our account, and telling the story about that was just so hilarious. And another thing about the other guys, man, Pro Fan Sports. And I wanna like piggyback off to what my guy Brian was chatting about a couple of weeks ago before we move into some great topics and great stuff to talk about. we just about been doing it for about the same time, right? About 4.5 years, 5 years of podcasting. And can
Yeah.
you name
Right.
maybe? Can you? Is it maybe like a handful of people that you do not see anymore that you once did beginning podcasting? You know, because I think that is a big thing. I know that I've not necessarily experienced, but I done had so many people on the show,
I
chatted
know
with
a
people
couple
and
of guys
stuff,
that we
and you
guested
know,
on.
yeah,
I remember a couple
and
of shows
and
that
now,
you've guested on. They're not even running no more. If I remember, like,
yeah, yeah,
shout out to me. That's why I remember how serious that was for shit when we went on there, and we chopped it up. And like that was the first time we actually realized that Commission Talks wasn't just a collab anymore. This was like a legit group that they called us the Commission Boys. You remember that? Like, it was something real cool, man. Like you just said, bro, we've been doing this for almost 5 years now, and that's like, dang, man, like it's been that quick already. And man, that clip, oh my god.
yeah, I
There's
know
many
that clip.
stories on how that clip happened. So
Nah,
many
man,
times of no sleep or whatever you want to say, that was a rough day.
Yeah, it don't get that clip right there don't get old at all, you guys, man. But man, this has been a wonderful day for real for me, man. I've been
Salute to you
excited
on this,
about
bro.
um thank you, thank you,
You're a
thank
good
you. Yeah,
old
man, I've
friend.
been
The GOAT. We
just
call
been excited.
super GOAT of wrestling.
Of
You hear that sound?
Of
That's that
course,
best
of
one right
course,
there.
of course. I'm gonna take it for a little bit. We're gonna have to get your mic situated. I think you're having some issues hearing you though, going in and out. But you guys know real fast though, while my guy Warren Marlowe step away real fast, get the mic issue situated real fast. We're gonna be talking about some stuff and dad moments as well. Britt, I thank you, love you. I appreciate it. Yes, you guys, man. It is the 200 and 200 episode, 200th anniversary. That's what I was about to say. Boy, I'm speaking into an existence though, for real. Hey, babe, thank you, congratulations, thank you. And my guy Don, I appreciate it. Thank you, congratulations on 200. Yes, man, 200 episode has definitely been a huge accomplishment. I talked about how I, started podcasting, off the strip because I did not know what I wanted to do, man. I felt lost. I felt like, man, yo, I don't know what is it, man. I don't know what is it about. Just feel like every day it's the same thing, and go apply for jobs, and then all of a sudden all five of them get you back with the same answer. Oh, we filled the position up, or whatever like that, and then starting to have thoughts in my mind. Shit, was it because I'm in a disability? Was it because I'm in a wheelchair? I don't know. But it was just like, dang, like shit just wasn't lining up for me, and I wanted to do something for myself and start a foundation because us in the black community we just sort of it's always been the cycle. The thing is just to go to work, pay your bills, and repeat that shit all over again the next day, the week after that, the week after month. So I wanted to create something bigger. I knew way before the 11:30 podcast, I knew it, but of course didn't know how to do it. And I think, man, people always, want to get to, not necessarily, I don't want to say people always want to get to, but I want to say the journey matters, man. And this whole 4.5 year journey, me even, meeting with Warren Marlowe, and I remember the conversation that he had, and he brought up and was like, man, yo, man, we gonna all to get together, man, and start a a podcast, group, podcast like, and so it's been humbling, it's been exciting, man, to even meet more and different people throughout these years and these weeks of been podcasting, man. So for everyone who's tuning in, man, I appreciate everyone once again. Koffee Brown will be definitely joining the 11:30 podcast show in just a bit. We're gonna try to bring back on my guy Warren Marlowe in just a bit. But before we do, you guys, man, let's get into some more. Let's get into some more shout out videos, man, of the 11:30 podcast, man. Let's go.
In social media land, Evelyn the Advocate here. I'm coming on here real quick to celebrate a milestone. The 1130 podcast is celebrating their 200th episode. Follow them on social media and various platforms to see how they're helping in the communities. Again, I say thank you for allowing me to be a guest on your platform. Bye-bye, everyone.
Hey Dre, this is Reb from Jumping the Rail. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out to 1130 on 200 episodes. That's awesome. Congratulations, guys. You deserve it.
What's up, 1130 Podcast? So I heard you made to 200 episodes. Congratulations. That is real big. Continue to grow, continue to entertain the people, and we can't wait to see 200 more. Okay? Talk to you later.
What up? This is Kenny J. I wanted to stop by and congratulate the 1130 podcast on their 200th episode. It's such a blessing. We know how difficult it is to really put forth effort into doing your dream and to just pursuing them. And I wanted to congratulate you on that 200th episode. It's such a milestone. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for doing all that you do for many of us. And it's a pleasure that I could just congratulate you on this day. So congratulations, 1130 podcast. We're hoping for another 200th episode. All right, peace.
Yo, most definitely. Yo, Kenny J, I appreciate you a lot, man. Everyone, man, who sent in all the shout out videos, man, wishing the 1130 podcast happy 200, man, for real. I always say it's not 7:30, but it's 11:30, but it ain't 11:30 this time. It's 7:30. We gonna get back into it. All right, we're gonna try to bring on my guy, Warren Marlowe, man. We back here.
200 episodes.
I'm skipping ahead. I'm actually skipping ahead though. Actually, Warren Marlowe left out for us real fast though. But I'm gonna get to some of the comments though. I think he said he's gonna be back real fast. Thank you, Don. Congratulations on 200 episodes, you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, yo. What's good? Congratulations on 200, yo, man. I appreciate all you guys, man, for the major support, man, and definitely wishing the 1130 podcast happy 200. Okay, all right. I think we're back on track now. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
All right, man. All right, man. Before we, move on too fast, man. How's dad life definitely treating you? Because I know before we went live, I told you that, man, it's a handful trying
you see
to
no co-host right now. You see nothing running back and forth in the background, bro.
My producer in there giving his mother, I'm pretty sure, a hard time right now. But the fact of the matter is, man, I look at the break when you said it, I was like, I wish that was me though. But man, it's all been a really beautiful thing, man. Another thing was a big moment on the podcast, man. I talked about how I was, going to be a dad and how nerve-wracking I was and never, like I didn't know what the hell to expect. I'm still learning, as time go on,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I remember you were in the group chat, and I remember you were worried that you couldn't have kids, and then you found out you were going to be a dad. And I remember, bro, when you finally announced it and stuff like that, I was super happy for you. I love how you're going through it now because y'all used to pick on me so bad in the first season of Commission Talks because we could never get an episode in, even when Annabelle was 1, because she was running all through the house, screaming, hollering. Heck, she even muted my phone a couple of times.
Man. My son now, what he does, because he just wants to watch Seth freaking Rollins, so he just takes my phone, and if he can't get his Seth freaking Rollins, and I'm like, Amir, give me my phone, man, bring it here, give it here. He wants to throw it. I'm like, what, you gonna be a quarterback or something though? Like, I understand you can't get Seth freaking Rollins right now, but like, hold up, chill out right now, man. Like, for real, like real chill. So, but the whole experience, man, like I said, I think the biggest thing that I am working on as, being a dad and becoming a dad is obviously, patience and stuff, because it's like, man, I see so many videos where it's like, and his mother does this so much, and I get upset for her, but she does it, and it's like, boy, she's strong. But I don't get upset at him, but it's more so like she'll go in the kitchen, and she a chef, she got a culinary degree and stuff. She'll go in there and cook up something fabulous. I'm talking, nice, and sitting right in front of him or whatever. And just like
It's
some of
like,
those
where's mine?
videos I'm a kid. Yeah, no, definitely. Where's mine? Oh shit! It ain't nah. You ain't making yourself something to eat, dog. Trust me. Before I came in here, I had some burritos, man, and he just woke up from his nap. So he looked at me and was just like, I'm like, hold up, this daddy's first meal of the day. But when he get his and stuff, he look at it and be like, push it off. I'm like, bruh, really, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes.
I think of the craziest thing is like, with kids being picky eaters, with my son, him being autistic, my son grows up on chicken nuggets, bro. When I say they show that commercial where they're showing autistic kids just pulling bags and bags of chicken nuggets, that is so true. Like, my son was on chicken nuggets until like 10 years old, and then he finally figured out what Firehouse was, and he finally ate bread. And that's when he started gaining weight and stuff, man. It was like,
Okay.
But now Annabelle, she's got that same that same growth thing, but it's like her thing is she loves Mexican food, which is so weird to me because I'm not a big Mexican food eater or something like that. Like, I'm weird. I can eat homemade tacos better than I can go to a Mexican restaurant and eat tacos, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the food is just way too overcooked, or just watery taste. I can't do it. I don't like it. But homemade food.
Chicken nuggets is his favorite thing. He called chicken nuggets cookies. So he be like, can I have some cookies? So they little chicken nuggets, they small, obviously, and he think
Yeah.
they cookies. And he turned those chicken nuggets up. And we was just talking the other day. It's like, what's up with chicken nuggets and French fries with little kids, man? It's like that's all they ever want. You give them something else, and I'm right. It's like the go-to, and he's getting on to the bread thing though. But most likely, he chicken nuggets is his thing. He called them
Steak and
cookies
cheese is
and
a good
Popeye
start. Steak and cheese is a
and
good
pizza
start. Pizza.
and
Yes.
pizza.
I mean, I've met a kid that don't eat pizza, so I don't
it's
know.
Popeye to him.
Really?
Yeah, Popeye. Yeah, he'd say Popeye. Yeah, Popeye. Yeah, I'll be like, okay, all right, yeah, it's pizza. Here you go, man.
You
It's
got it
all
right a
yours.
little bit. You got to pee on
Yeah.
it. That's all that matters.
I love it. I love it. Eric Patrick Thomas, man. Thank you for leaving a comment, man, and tuning in. Yes, man, you've been an awesome guest, man. I remember having you on, man, and I wish you the best, man. I love to have you on again, man. Everyone, man. Thank you guys. Definitely tuning in, man. From Dad Life, man, like I said before, big fanatic of wrestling, man. I gotta give your thoughts on NXT
Man, wrestling's fake.
Battleground.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's
Hey,
fake.
look at
It's fake.
hey, still real to me, damn it. Still real to me.
I would hope it's real to me. I mean, I've had neck injuries and stuff from this so-called fake sport, so I don't know.
Hey, that's what's up. But yeah, what was your thoughts on NXT Battleground at the UFC Apex over the weekend? I'm gonna give my thoughts on it though, but I wanna hear yours though.
The ladder match really caught my eye. The women's ladder match. The thing that I loved about the ladder match wasn't necessarily the match itself. It was how they placed the ladder. It wasn't like, oh, let's just climb the highest thing, just keep jumping like it shoots and ladders. Like, they literally knew the mechanic of what the match was. They put it all together. I gotta say, the one that showed out the most in that match, I gotta go with Michin. Michin really delivered in that match. Like took to a new heights. Made that Kalani Jordan girl, made her a star just from that match. The stuff with her and Jada Parker. I don't know much of Jada Parker, but that match itself, I can be more interested to go, oh, I can't wait to see what happens with the next. Like, they gave you like that type of feel. Like when you get in a movie, you're like, oh, this was a good movie. But then they're like a Easter egg and goes, oh, this will be part one to what's going next. That's what I got out of the ladder match. Every single one of them still have something that's what's next. It wasn't, oh, they just lost the ladder match and that's it. There's a what's next part to it. And that's what I loved about that match. The Shayna Baszler and Lola match. I saw the concept. I like what they were trying to do, promote the UFC and stuff like that. That was great representation. But you can't mix blood sport into like a wrestling match. And I get it. You got to pull back the punches and stuff. And they did their best with it. I get it. But when Shayna headbutted that stairs, we could tell that was going to be the end of the match. They were probably going to go a lot longer, but when she headbutted that stairs, that was it. Like, you could tell, like, she was out of it. So I felt bad on that part. But I'm a fan of Lola Vice, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know who ain't, man. I don't know who ain't. Jada Parker is definitely my girl, man. She definitely gonna be
She got a
big
good
real soon.
character to her. That's what I do
She
like
do.
about her.
She do, and I like her. I like her. Real fast though, the whole event was nice though. In my opinion, I feel like it was half spectators there, than more so actual, wrestling fans though. It was fans there, but I'm pretty sure they were, a little up in the stands or whatever. Because if you
They
look
wanted
at,
the celebrities
excuse
to
me,
see it.
yeah, I believe so. And then if you look at everyone who was front row, everyone sort of had like a spectator's like pass
Yeah.
on around their neck. And then, certain moments that you just was like, oh shit, the crowd is going to pop up off their feet, or when they're going to do this or they're going to do that. They didn't do it. So it was a little
Didn't
flat though.
understand
And of
it.
course,
Yeah.
yeah. So I thought that was a little weird right there. Definitely weird. But overall, man, I think the show was definitely nice though. Which I did not notice while it was live and going on though, Ash by Elegance. I think, if you don't, some people
Yep.
don't know, that's Dana Brooke from, who was in WWE. Now I recognize that it was Blair Davenport, who came out. I was like, okay, someone was gonna come out, and this match also was to build up Friday's night match between, whoever opened, challenges,
Yep.
accepts Jordan Grace open challenge. So then also, like I said, we just seen Ash by Elegance. So, that's the second person who came in the door, behind Jordan Grace over from
Yeah.
TNA. And then, from last night, what Cody said, which I think we already knew that, we got more people coming in from other locker rooms. So I love it, man. I definitely am for the
That
whole TNA.
AEW jab.
TNA.
I love that. Without it being a jab, that's the part I wanted to really say. Like, they didn't jab it. It really showing something, because Ethan Page should have been a top star in AEW. I've never been a fan of Brian Pillman Jr. I like what they're doing with him as Lexus King. And I mean, it was pretty interesting to just see Sean Spears and all of them, because those are Cody's boys. Like, those are legitimately Cody's good friend, like his little circle. Ethan Page is definitely in the circle, because those two are weirdos and they're like He-Man. Never heard of anybody liking He-Man, but those two are that category. But it was really cool, and it was so funny when they said, "I'm glad to see y'all are in a good place," and I was just like, "Oh, he going there. I like it. All right, they need to. I think it's tired of all this, like, whatever. Like, if it ain't them, it's gonna be UFC, so it's gonna be one of them."
Yeah, definitely,
But it was a
man.
good
It's gonna
one.
be definitely, yeah, it's gonna be definitely somebody though. But yeah, Cody's buddies.
What
When
do you
I
think of
when I
Jordan
saw
Grace,
that
though?
Jordan
What do you think of
Grace,
that match?
which
Yeah, what do you think of that match?
I thought it was, fine. I already knew Roxanne was going to win. I thought it was a nice show out, obviously, for Jordan Grace to be in WWE. I'm more interested to see what else, what comes, after this. Like even from the men, we saw the women, we saw Jordan Grace appear, several times now in WWE. I want to see Moose. I want to see Mustafa Ali. I want to see Dolph Ziggler. Even though these
Moose is
guys
wanting to go
weren't,
to WWE. He's been wanting to go for about 4
yeah,
years now. So
yeah.
I
So
think it's about that time. But I think
yeah.
there's somebody that needs to say his name, and he will appear. Because if he pops in, bro, my daughter hasn't watched one single TNA match of his yet. I have to listen to that song at least 9 times a day. It's almost as much as I had used to listen to the Cody Rhodes song from my daughter. Like,
okay.
no lie.
I will hold off. I will hold off with Joe Hendry, because I feel like Joe Hendry is like the sort of number one guy. A lot of people been talking about, probably besides AJ Francis. So I mean, like, I want to see some of the guys come in and really shake it up and do something different with this whole crossover like event. So I think it's phenomenal though. On Monday Night Raw though, last night, 2 nights ago, Liv Morgan, man, I don't think we in the PG era no more, are we?
that Brian was
I don't
licking
think
his
so.
lips. I think Brian was
No,
for sure
and
licking his lips. Don't know
when
what
she
was
was on top of
going on.
Dom, when she was on top of Dom, the only thing I could think of was what Brian was saying, and also
Bro, I can
like
see Brian
mommy's
just
always
shaking
on top.
his monitor. Brian be shaking his monitor. Where was this? This should be me.
For real, man. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Mommy's always on top, right? So I was like, okay, well, mommy's on top here.
She more on that mountain right now.
Yeah, man. But
It's
man, I
crazy.
don't know. I couldn't really call that, say, man, Liv Morgan and this Dominic Mysterio storyline would have been some of the hottest stuff right now that's going on in WWE. We don't have Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins is injured right now, and everything else is just everything else. So yeah, I wouldn't picture that Liv Morgan would have been in this spot. So I dig it, man. I definitely dig everything that's going on and it's coming up, man.
Drew, can he beat Priest? That's gonna be the question coming up
Saturday. Yeah, that will be the question, right? That will be the question Saturday. Talk Pro Wrestling is this Saturday following Clash at the Castle. I just don't like this for Drew. Because even the video that I showed you guys, I think on the last commission episode about Drew McIntyre, he was sort of stuck in the gym of the headquarters, mocking CM Punk. The main thing I took from that, I said, yeah, that was hilarious. But I'm like, man, I think Drew McIntyre is literally obsessed. I think he's literally obsessed with CM Punk, and this obsession is going to cost them. He's going to go on Saturday, and they had the matchup where it's like if Finn Balor wins, Judgment Day is ringside. So Drew won, no Judgment Day ringside. So that only leaves one thing for CM Punk to cost him the World Heavyweight Championship victory. That's literally what I see though. But it would suck for Drew to come back home, again in Clash at the Castle at the same event and lose again. So it's just
I
crazy.
remember when he lost to Roman, man. I really was pulling for him. The reason why is when they played that original song, I felt like an emotion for him. Like, you know what? I wouldn't be mad if Drew wins. Even if it was just tonight, I wouldn't be mad because it showed a lot of nostalgia. Like he's at home. This is his territory. This ain't Roman's territory. This ain't their norm. Like this crowd is going to lose it if Drew gets pinned 1, 2, 3. They're going to lose it if Drew loses. And I don't know if they're gonna probably do a switch like they do with The Rock and the Cody Rhodes storyline, but in my opinion, and this ain't just because I'm an anti-CM Punk fan, my opinion, Punk is the heel and the bad guy in this, and Drew's technically the good guy. Even though it was in a different form, that's where it is. That's where it's at right now. And I don't know where else they're going to go with it because I get it. There's certain areas that Punk is over. He got his shirt and all that. But, bro, Drew is a living. I mean, on everything right now. That's the part I never would have thought I could say, wow, Drew really can talk on a microphone. When he was a champ at that time, I didn't understand anything this man was saying. So it's like, hey, I'm all for it. I like this right now.
Yeah, man. Definitely all for it, man. Definitely all for what's to come this coming weekend with Clash at the Castle. And
your American Nightmare. The champ of them all, man.
Hey, man. Hey, you got it, man. You got it. I will acknowledge my tribal chief, man. Definitely when he comes back, man. And I'm not talking about Solo Sikoa, which I dig what he's doing, obviously, which I know is probably the Rock they referring to, but yeah, but I mean, Cody Rhodes is cool, man. He definitely cool. I dig him, man. Look, he finished the story now, and everybody got what they want now. So what's next? What's next for Cody? I'm loving what they're doing with the I Quit match, though. What they bringing in. Cody he looked it like a fired up baby face, but a heel at the same time. He was like
he was just being a person.
Guys.
That's the thing. He was just being himself. Like this is a person. Like, hey man, I gave you time out of my schedule to salute you because I believe like I was a fan of you. And for him to get switched off from that doesn't hurt Cody to be the way he's been, because now that's showing that Cody is a real human being. They're like, oh, I can relate to that because that's like, oh, one of my friends just turned their back on me from something. So, I mean, it could do so much different storylines with it. My thing is with Cody right now, bro, he's not chasing anything. He's the man. And that's the problem that they got to get.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. And when Cody Rhodes, he took out the security, and he was also like, barely, he was barely, getting held back. And I'm like, damn, Cody fired up. He won a piece of AJ Styles. But Cody Rhodes is the biggest babyface in the company right now, and it makes perfect sense for him to be chasing the title rather than just being champion for 6 months or anything. Cody Rhodes is better at chasing. We already just seen what happened for the last 2 years going to WrestleMania. Like, he's been chasing the championship. So I think it's time for, I don't know if it's AJ Styles, which I don't think it will be, but we got to take the belt away from him and let him chase it again. Then so he can get it back or whatever. Not to become a 12-time champion.
I was on your side until you said that.
What? Not to be like a 12-time champion?
I was going to agree with you. I was like, yeah, we'll agree to something. Because, then you said some stuff like this.
I mean, look at that's literally what they do. Put the belt on you, drop it off, put the belt back on you. Like, come on, man. Like, just have a decent, 3, 4, 5 championship runs. You don't need to be a 13, 12-time champ. Like, come on, man.
I mean, let him keep this one time and let him just run with the story. Him stuff that he's doing right now. Match-wise, he's doing great. Match-wise, Deliverance, it's holding the thing. Now, the thing is, and I've said it numerous times, is SmackDown needs the reason why you're not seeing Cody, like, obviously, the way he is anymore, because Cody is the guy. Cody is the top of the mountain on that scenario. We've got so many younger guys right now that need to get their showcasing to get them up to that level to go, oh, that can be the next guy that faced Cody. That guy can do this. And that's how you draw the storylines. And technically, he's doing the same thing like what Roman done, except Cody's just by himself. He's not doing it with any, managers or any factions or anything like that. He's literally doing exactly what a champion build is supposed to be. That's the only downfall for a babyface champion at the time is you can only do so much. It's like, hey, I can fight the good fight. I do it the fair way, and that's all I can give you. I'm going to give you all I got type scenario. That's the only thing with the whole story.
Hey, you got it, man. I dig it, but you got it. You definitely got it. All right, yes, man. 200 episode here on the 1130 podcast. For everyone definitely tuning in, appreciate everyone tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube. R&B group, you guys, man. R&B group. Legendary Koffee Brown, you guys, man, will be joining the 1130 podcast in about 13 minutes, man, for real. So I appreciate everyone tuning in, and Katrina, I want to shout out Katrina who for helping me with some amazing guests like Kenny J, Law, as well as SJ Azim, and as well as Kofi, Brown, that's going to be here on the 1130 podcast show tonight, man, for real. But this has been a definitely big celebration, man. Chatting wrestling, chatting everything. We're gonna get back to some more of these shout out videos, man. In just a bit. Warren, you gonna stick around, man, or we're gonna catch you on the flip.
Let's go.
Okay, all right, man. Stick around, man. I appreciate you. Say it again.
I'll pop in for a little bit more.
Okay, all right. Appreciate it. All right, man, for real. This is the 200th episode here on the 1130 podcast, man. Was going through so many of these episodes, man, in the catalogs, man, and just seeing, wow, where, on YouTube where it says 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I'm just like, man, been doing this for a long time and chatted with so many wonderful people from, like me and my guy Warren was just chatting from wrestlers. I had former WWE superstar JTG on the show, and chatting with Brittany Wagner from Netflix Last Chance U, and so many great opportunities, man. I'm privileged. I'm just thankful and grateful to be able to just do something that I just once thought it was just excuse me, impossible. I talked about many a times how I looked at the wall and I thought the wall was a cameraman, and I was just like, yo, welcome back to my show. And I'm the host. And all these years later, man, even I was just telling, babe, I was like, yo, man, you couldn't have told 10-year-old, 11-year-old Dre that, yo, man, when you get older, the song that, you guys were just jamming to in the room by Koffee Brown, that, yeah, you're going to have them on your podcast one day. So, it's just it's surreal, man. It's definitely surreal, and I am 100% grateful though. Definitely grateful. Like I said, R&B legend group, you guys. Kobe Brown will be joining the show. We're gonna take not necessarily a break, but we're gonna get into some more shout out videos as well, you guys, and some dope moments here from the 11:30 podcast show.
Would be consistency, and consistency can be hard because sometimes you think you're speaking to nobody. You're putting it out, you're creating the content, you're putting it out, and you may not get a lot of feedback. But what I always tell all my coaching clients, all my podcast clients, is you never know who's listening to you. You never know who's watching you on YouTube, because a perfect example is when I was writing through for AOL, I got no feedback. I just got feedback from my editor, but I didn't get any feedback from people. And so years after I had done the AOL, the Daily Fix as Beatbox Betty, I ran into Lily Tomlin and her partner Jane Wagner. Now Lily Tomlin is like somebody that I've admired for so long, since I was really young. And of course, now she's just huge with Grace and Frankie and Grace, that show. And so I went up to her and I just introduced myself, and I said, my name's Christine, but I'm also known as Beatbox Betty. And she turned to Jane Wagner, her writing, her partner, but also who Jane writes a lot of her stuff. She turned to her and she said, Jane, it's Beatbox Betty. And she looked at me and she said, you are so funny. And I was like, hey, wait, I was like, thought I was getting punked. I was like, how do you know about Beatbox Betty? Well, Lily Tomlin was reading she was checking out the column. And so what I'm saying is that you never know who's watching you, who's listening to you. And if you have a favorite person, if you have someone you admire, if it's a sports star or an author or a speaker or an actor or somebody that you really admire, what I always just tell my clients is, imagine that they're listening to you, that they just stumbled across you. Mm-hmm. And boy, that changes.
Feel. So I let them know bad things definitely happen for good reasons. Every bad situation you go through, or I've been through in my life, has led to a great outcome, Dre. Had I not been bestowed this blessing, it's a blessing that I'm legally blind, because I believe that when you have an impairment of some sort, it humbles you to an extent.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes,
right?
It does.
It makes you look at things from the other side of the playing field. Because have you not been in a wheelchair, have I not be legally blind, we won't be even talking right now, Dre.
Exactly.
You'll be a totally different dude.
Exactly.
I'll be a totally different dude. So therefore, my higher power, your higher power, I don't know who you believe in, he actually gave us this blessing of this disability so you could become that Dre that's supposed to be hosting this podcast. He gave me this blessing of being legally blind so I could become Quan John, to have that conviction to write this book, Motivational Motives. Had we not had these deficiencies, for lack of a better word, we would not be sitting here today, and God knows who the hell we would be. You know what I'm saying? Probably worse people in life.
Special announcement that I gotta make, you guys. Real big announcement. I've been hinting about this for some time on the wrestling podcast, whether I was with Commission or chatting here, on EB Radio and YouTube, man. Okay, man. All right, let me get a drum roll, man. Let me get a drum roll. All right, ready. Here we go. All right, already. Okay, you guys, man, I am going to be a dad. Yes, I am going to be a dad. Yes, man. I got a video chat from my little brother. And I got a video chat, and it's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, man, like what's going on? What's going on? And for everybody who followed the 1130 podcast or watched the 1130 podcast from the beginning or so, and my brother from another mother, my brother passed away, and that was rough. That was rough. Be the reason why I got into podcasting, and I'm gonna miss him.
How you feeling now? Present sense.
Feel okay.
Yeah.
Feel okay.
All right, you guys, man, we are back here on the 200 episode of the 1130 podcast. Man, definitely remember those moments, man, where I told everyone that, I was about to be a dad, man. Even like I was telling Warren Marlowe, I didn't even know if I could even have children, because have a disability and I was in a wheelchair, and I just didn't know. So when the moment came up and it was like, yo, man, you're gonna be a dad, and I was just thrilled, man. And what made me even more thrilled that it was a boy, So my little man is a joy to have, and he's also a headache to be given, Like, man, it's something else. But I love it, man, and also definitely remember that moment. And sometimes I play that moment back over in my head, sometimes of just getting that sort of, that video call, but I didn't answer the video call, but then got the message and it was like, yo, man, Isaac, he was killed, and he was a big inspiration for a lot of me getting into podcasting. And every time I, do it, well, hearing the intro, hearing his voice, I know he sitting right beside me, rocking on with me because, as well as much as I was his fan, or his biggest fan with the music, he was definitely that for me in podcasting, man. So a brother to another mother. Until the next lifetime, I see you, Zoe Breeze. You know it. But yo, man, great moments, even from my guy Laquan John, man. Laquan Johnson, shout you out, my guy, man. I just could remember first time having you here on the 1130 podcast, feeling, instantly connected with you. I don't know what it was, but it was like, man, something about that guy, man. It's just, it's uplifting. The energy is there. And it just, from Quan John to Christine, just giving me huge tips and huge advice going forward into podcasting to, long as someone is listening to you and, somebody out there that is, is for you, whoever you're talking to is for you. And that really all that matters, man. So it's been, like I said, wonderful moments. I can't wait to celebrate 200 more episodes with you all, man, for real. A big celebration tonight, this coming December, celebrating 5 years of the 1130 podcast. So that's going to be amazing altogether as well, you guys, for real. I'm working on the merch. I'm sort of like a one-man band here, but I appreciate everyone for the support, from sharing the episode to liking the episode and everything else, man. I 100% appreciate it a lot, man. You guys, man, we're going to move on here on the 1130 podcast. We approaching that time, man. We approaching that time, you guys, man. Legendary R&B group, you guys, man. Koffee Brown, you guys, will be coming up next, you guys, right after this quick break, and we're gonna get into some more shout out videos and stuff, man. But coming up right after this, I got the legendary R&B group that's joining the 1130 podcast show right after this, man. So don't move, man, for real.
podcast. I'm very proud of you, everything you're doing just for the people. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss Arthur Bay, and I am wishing a very happy 200 episode to the 1130 podcast. I'm very proud of you, everything you're doing just for the people, just for the culture, just for everyone. Stay down to earth. Stay positive, keep striving, keep going. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about any doubts or discouragement. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing out here in this universe, and great things are coming. Wishing you many more successful episodes, and I cannot wait to reconnect again.
Oh man, this is Warren Marlowe off the Buzzing with Marlowe podcast. Also, American Prodigy. My pro wrestling heydays. I want to give a big shout out to my boy Dre on Wheels from the 1130 podcast. Commission talks, bro. Everything, man. We've been through a lot. I just want to tell you congratulations on your 200th episode. 200, man. Keep going. Let's see that 300. Congrats, man.
Hi, boys and girls. Check it out. It's me, Brian B. Yo, I had to come on here and, of course, represent for my commission bro, Dre on Wheels, for 200 episodes, man. It's an amazing thing. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm really glad that you've come a long way in this business, doing this shit for a long time. And it is really good to see people, prospering and growing and still going. And, listen, this is really fun. I love doing commission talks. I love 1130 podcasts, man. Everything that you're doing is phenomenal, bro. I hope you keep doing 200 more and then 600 and 800. You know how math works. But I'll be back, man. Shout out to the commission. I hope you guys are doing great. It's been so much fun since I joined Talking Wrestling with you guys. And I love everybody who watches. I love everybody who's doing it. Keep it going. I love this content creation. And I'll see y'all later, man. I'll be back.
All right, you guys, man. Yo, Warren Marlowe, Miss Arthur Bay, Brian B, man, my guy of the Beeline Entertainment. Thank you guys, man, so much for sending in all the shout out videos and everything, man. It's been a great episode. Warren Marlowe, man, I appreciate you for coming through and stopping past, chatting that good old wrestling, man, as we do. But you guys, man, thank you guys for tuning in and watching along here on this week's episode of the 1130 Podcast Show 200 episode edition, man. I'm excited. But throughout the show, throughout all night long, man, for real, just about an hour now, and I've been telling you guys, man, I got a wonderful guest that's going to be joining in here on the episode this week, man. Legendary R&B duo, you guys, man. Koffee Brown, you guys. Yes, it's going to be joining me here on the 1130 podcast, you guys, man. If you haven't been living under a rock, I don't know, you guys, what you've been up to, man. For real, this has been one of the most amazing duos, man, that's been out there, you guys. But yo, they're going to be here on the 1130 podcast in just a bit, man. For real, we ain't going to waste no more time, actually. We're going to definitely get into it, man, and keep the dope vibes, man, going on for real, though. But let's get into it, man. We're going to bring on our guest here on this evening's 200 episode of the 1130 podcast show. You guys, man, I'm going to bring on Koffee Brown, you guys, man. Brian and V, you guys. How's you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. 200 episode of the 1130 podcast show. I always like to sort of start out. I was just talking about it a few moments ago. Katrina, I want to thank you so much for connecting me with you guys and connecting me with previous guests I had on the podcast, such as Law, Kenny J, and others. But this is your guys' first time here on the podcast. How's your day been going, and how's life treating you guys?
Well, life is good.
All right. I think we was having some communication problems though. I don't think I heard you guys.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay. I said our day is going well and life is good. Can't complain.
Okay. Okay, cool. I appreciate you. Yes, thank you. And but before we get into everything, I mentioned how Katrina just was like, you guys, we're going to be on the 11:30 podcast show. She blessed me with you guys, and I was just telling everyone, man, 10-year-old, 11-year-old me couldn't have predicted that, from dancing around the house with my mom, and cleaning up the house, that all these years later you will have, these guys on your show, which is, definitely awesome though. But I want to also get one thing straight before we dive into stuff, that V, you've been a part of the group since 2001, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Oh yes, and I believe Ryan is a new member of the group, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I can you talk about that? And also Ryan, man, and you might want to introduce yourself, since I know a lot of people may think you're the other original member of the group, but you're as talented and awesome as well too. So the floor is you guys.
Okay. So Ryan is the newest member of the group. Say hi to Ryan. um, so you want to know how Ryan became the new member?
Yes.
Okay.
How Ryan sort of became a new member, because
Okay.
obviously I was just thinking it was the same individuals, but I was just trying to inform the people who's watching as well too,
Okay.
that it's a new member of the group as well.
Understood. Okay. So actually in 2019, London called for Coffee Brown to go to perform in London. So a mutual friend of ours, Freeze, um, he said to me, he said, I have someone that I think will work out great and be a great addition to Coffee Brown. So me and Ryan talked. We were on our way to London, but of course, everybody knows that the pandemic happened and we didn't end up going anywhere. Fast forward 2003, Germany called for Coffee Brown. I then called Ryan back up and said, hey, are you still available? Because he's a talented guy. So I didn't know what he was doing. So he said, yes, he was. We got together. We started rehearsing. We went to Germany. We killed it in Germany. And here we are now.
Okay. What was the process like, for Ryan coming into the group and not necessarily want to, replace anyone, but also create his, spot and, his sort of legacy within the group?
So it wasn't, I won't use the word replace. But what I will say is he's an addition, Fonz no longer wanted to do it. I spoke with Fonz. He said he was happy, that I finally found someone to do it with me, because I wanted to do it for a minute, but you have to find the right person. And then Ryan just came in and put his spin on it and put his flavor on it, and we were here now.
Okay, cool. How you feel about all of this, Ryan? I believe you're muted. Can you hear us?
You can't.
Okay, I think you're unmuted though. I think you got to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Let's see. Let's try to get him unmuted. The mic isn't connected. Okay. All right. While we try to get.
How about now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Is that better?
There
Yes.
we go. There we go.
I don't know why I'm on two different screens right now, but it's all good.
It's all good.
Yes. So no, as I was saying, just to piggyback off what V was saying, yes, I mean it was a very extremely smooth process. As soon as I got the phone call, I got to work where, I was trying to learn the songs and do all of that. And I'm not gonna hold you. At first I was a little nervous because Fonz can sing his ass off. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely was like, yo, like I gotta step it up. But I got a DM actually from Fonz, and he just gave me his blessings. And honestly, it just really made it that much easier where, like as V mentioned, I wasn't like trying to fill a void or take his spot. It was pretty much an addition. Secretly, he's still a part of Coffee Brown. He's still a part
Yeah.
of history. He'll always be a part of the whole, Coffee Brown story and brand. So it's just been really amazing, man. And I'm happy that he passed the torch, and he kind of like my cousin, my uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I dig it. It don't seem like you guys missed the beat at all, though. It seems like it just flows real well, though. But how was this music journey, starting for you guys being in the music game?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said, how was this journey for you guys getting into the music world?
Oh, okay. So for me, I got in through via, who did I sing for first? I think it was Mary, maybe. I forgot. But that's how I got into the business. I was initially doing like hooks for people that were already in the business. And then someone said that Mary was auditioning. And so I went and I got the job and I toured with her for almost 2 years. And then I went with Faith. So that's how I got into the business.
Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool, cool.
I got into the business. I want to say, I mean, I've always been in the arts from like elementary school, junior high school, up and through high school, and then after high school as well. But how I officially got into the in the music industry, I used to be in an R&B group as well. Of four guys, we were signed to Capitol Records, had a whole album situation. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But in the midst of that, as V was saying, I've been doing backgrounds for oh my God, Brian McKnight, K Sting, Shaggy, whole bunch of folks. So which is how I was also eased into the music in the music industry as well.
Okay, okay, man. Like, what's missing? The R&B, R&B right now, and it seems like it's been taking a dip right now because late in the '90s R&B, early 2000 R&B, it was hitting on a different level though. What is it? How you guys feel about the music game since you guys are making the comeback and being in the music now?
Well, I feel like R&B is making its way back, right? Um,
Okay.
all of these groups from the 90s, the early 2000s, they're touring and everybody is really focused on R&B. You got Tank doing the R&B, you got this one doing it. So R&B is making its way back.
Yeah. I think what's missing from R&B, and this just really came to my mind, the words love and baby has been missing for a very long time. And people ain't really talking about, love. Everybody want to pop bottles and have a quickie and do that whole thing. And that's fine if that's what you into. But R&B is about, just taking your time and being vulnerable and expressing yourself. And no, it ain't always a good love story, but at least it's real and it's authentic. I think a lot of music right now is missing that. So it's definitely on the way back, especially with all the stuff we about to bring. Like the people about to know
Okay.
what's going on.
I dig it. I dig it. Nah, Ryan, you speaking facts though. But the R&B, I feel like it's definitely making a comeback. But of certain areas, if this haven't been the same since for a while though. And I think love. You said one thing, love, man. And growing up, just hearing about every R&B group, whether it was Koffee Brown or Mary J or whoever you think of, they were singing about love,
Right.
and that has been sort of taken out of a lot of these songs, and it's more so about how Ryan you just said, where it was popping bottles or doing this in the club or how much money you got and stuff like that. You feel like that's the propaganda was sort of made that way to sort of so we won't love each other no more because I feel like if we loved each other, we were, all be in a better place
It'll
than
be a
instead
different
of just
conversation. Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's yeah. So I feel like love is definitely missing from the conversation though. Coffee Brown, how do you guys come up with the name? Where did the name come from?
Oh, KG came up with the name. He came
Oh,
up with
okay.
the name. He came up with Coffee Brown, and then he turned to C2K. So
Yeah.
that was his brilliant idea. He came up with
Yeah, I think what's really cool about that, which I found out down the line, that how the Coffee Brown name even came about. Like, coffee and having that interaction over coffee is probably one of the most common things, right? When you meeting a girl for the first time on a first date, these days they talking about Philippe Chow and all of these expensive restaurants. But back in the day, meet me for a cup of coffee in the park and we could talk and I could hold your hand and school you how to R&B. Like, these kids don't understand. They don't get it. They don't get it. But yes, I love how, like, the Coffee Brown conversational piece is about a male and female just meeting and having coffee and just talking about life, love, and experiences and all of that. So I think that is probably one of the dopest names I think I ever heard, because it's so clever. Like, who would think of that?
No, no, it is though. It's creative. It's really creative. You gotta have a creative mind from it. Well, not necessarily, thought about it. I'm not a big fan of coffee, so I was like, okay, but I like the group though. But coffee, my mama used
I'm
to
not a big fan of coffee either.
my my mama used to make some coffee every morning, had the house steaming, and it was like, it's steak, mom. Like, what's going on? But that's that though. Yes. Yes, man. Like I said, you guys are making your comeback into the music world. And why now? Why now? Why do you guys feel like now is the right moment? You feel like the music game is also missing the music you guys want to provide?
Well, I would first say, why not come back now, right? There's no better time than the present. And um, again, as we were just conversating about, the sound is needed, love is needed, relationships is needed. Just to hear good music without the, as you guys said, popping the bottles or twerking and all of that. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed.
Hmm. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We got a comment on Instagram. An after party is still playing across the world. Classic. Love Kofi Brown though. Definitely is definitely
Love you
playing.
all. Thank you.
For real though. But now after all these years, 20 something years being in the music world, what's one thing you guys would sort of pass on to young entrepreneurs or music people who want to get into the world?
Well, I would say the one thing that we were really blessed with, lucky, however you want to put it, that we work with producers that really created something that lasted all of this time. You know what I mean? So I would say, whoever you're working with, first of all, be yourself. That's number one. Be creative. Make sure that you're putting your input into whatever it is um, that you're creating, and then make something timeless. You know what I'm saying? Because there is so much music, but music doesn't last like Coffee Brown, this after party situation, or the album as a whole. So I would say, when you're creating, make sure that you're creating something that you feel like will last for years.
Mm, okay, dig it. I agree with that. I think a lot of music now, especially with TikTok, and I talked about this recently at one point. A lot of people, sort of make music just for the moment, and just go viral with what they got going on, and that it doesn't have longevity. Like someone just said in the comments on Instagram, it's still a classic now. You still listening to it. You feel me? So that's longevity within the music though, and I think you don't see that and hear that a lot now.
And that song helped us come back. Because imagine if we would have had just some song, they would have been like, who, what, where? You know what I mean? Like, who are they? But because the song has lasted all this time and it's been in rotation for all these years, we were not forgotten.
Mm. Well, did
Exactly.
you did you ever did you ever feel like you were going to be forgotten once you stepped away from the music business and then coming back to it?
Absolutely, I did. I
Mm.
did. I did.
And how was that like?
That was it was sad. Sometimes I was depressed about it. And then you would hear people say like, "Oh, I heard your song on the radio," and then because you get into your own head, right? And so you'd be like, "Oh, they played the song this time," But all along, people were playing the song all over the world. Because one day Ryan called me. He was like, "Yo, V, you don't understand how much you are loved, how big this song is." He was like, "People on TikTok, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of videos on TikTok," and I didn't know it. Yeah.
I was surprised, so I can imagine how she felt, and it was her in the video and doing her thing. So it was just really amazing to see, like, wow, like, and people say, oh, there's a one-hit wonder. Like, people talk about this album. It's not just the one song. Like, it's the entire album from top to bottom. So like, it's just very grateful. I'm just very grateful to just see it all come back around, because like, that don't happen for everybody. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right. I think that's a good point. It doesn't happen for everybody. How was you guys, how was it, living a life sort of in the entertainment world, but also trying to balance personal life with that as well?
That's a whole nother talk show. No, because like, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, we want to be successful and then be at the top of our game, but there's also life that happens. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
real life.
Real life, kids, bills, priorities, and all of that. So it's really about just staying prayed up, balanced, and it's always good to have a person to lean on.
Right.
Because prior to having V, I was on my own journey, and it be days I will talk myself off of legs, but I got a person I could call and be like, "Hey V, I'm going through this," and vice versa. So
Right.
it's just really dope.
Oh, okay. Right. And you mentioned that, Ryan. Can you speak a little bit about that? Because like you said, you got kids, you got bills, you are definitely traveling to each and every city, different days of the week, and definitely trying to be, the person that you want to be.
Right.
It's like having 5 jobs in one. And granted, I don't have any kids, not married, anything like that. So I can imagine for the people who do have all of those things. But it's a journey. It just don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? So you have to definitely just keep on pushing forward, making
Dedicate yourself to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I dig it. I
Give it
dig
to
it though.
God. Give it to God.
Won't he do it, right? Won't he do it? You guys, man, has really been awesome though. What definitely keeps you guys inspired? Sort of a signature question here on the podcast show. After all these years and continuously doing what you guys doing, what continuously inspiring you guys?
What inspires me is I love music and I love entertaining. That inspires me always. Even when like it's a struggle, I love to entertain. I love to sing. I love to record. So that's what inspires me. That when you have something like is passionate, that's inside of you that wants to come out. That's what keeps me pushing.
Absolutely. Same. Passion, love, and then also how far you've come is very inspiring. Whereas like, look, I've gotten this far, ain't no turning back, ain't no giving up, ain't no, oh no, like there's more work that has to be done. So I'm inspired by everything I'm doing every day. It just keeps me moving.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha. I appreciate it. Everyone who's watching, man, if you definitely have a question while we still have Coffee Brown here, definitely leave it in the comments. But we got one question for you guys. The impact of the After Party song, and why do you feel like it still resonates with people today?
Because it's a feel good song. As soon as the beat drops, it's like it's a feel good song. It's a family reunion song. It's a cookout song. It's a wedding song.
Yeah.
It's a mitzvah song. It's a birthday. As soon as the beat drops and you don't stop, keep it on. The hand claps. That's what I think. I feel like it resonates in every community, in every nationality, in every country, in every city. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're having a bad day and you just hear that first intro, you know it's about to go down because like it's a good 4 minutes of just happiness. You know what I'm saying?
It feel good, right? It makes you feel happy, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, we don't have that much feel good music, today though. So when you do hear that and you play that on, it's sort of and to my perspective on that question, I think why it still resonates with people is because, like I just said, when the song came out, early 2000s, my grandmother was still alive. I was living with my mom. I was little, so not only just is it a feel good song, and when you hear it, the beat drops, or it's a party good song, it definitely brings back those special moments that
Memories.
you, yeah, memories that you had with loved ones that's no longer here or something like that. So I can definitely remember the times, you know, riding in the car with my grandmother and that song comes on. So it reminds me of people that are no longer here that obviously you wish to talk to. But I think that's why, and also what I was saying too, longevity. That's what it's about. You want to have a song where you can play 30, 40 years later, and not
Right.
get old too.
Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Who you guys?
It makes you feel that way. I'm glad that it brings you back to love and happiness and when you was a kid. I'm glad it makes you feel that way when you hear it.
Yes.
Yes. Because when I hear it, I'm telling you, I just remember, especially a Saturday morning. Saturday morning where mother and them, everybody cleaning, everybody got a rag, and we jamming. So and everybody dancing. So that's definitely what it
You
reminds
said
me of.
everybody got a rag.
Everybody got a rag though. Everybody though. Man, I love it though. Since you guys been back, you guys have some new music out, right? Tell everyone about it and when you guys going to be touring that and everything.
Yes, absolutely. We have a single right now, out called "Make It Last Forever," which is a cover of the Keith Sweat classic, and we just wanted to just give the people a taste of what we were coming with, and to remind them also that Coffee Brown is still out. Yes, it was a risk to do a cover, but take the chance and see what happens. And you know what? People have been really loving it. So as I mentioned, it's just a teaser of what's about to come because we do have a lot of new music on the way as well. So, we just sprinkling the people with some vibes. You know what I mean?
Just something to say, hey, we're back.
Exactly.
I dig it. I dig it. Definitely, you guys are back. Anybody you guys look forward to working with or want to work with now that you guys are back in the room?
Well, right now, for me, I think us working together and building up Coffee Brown before we venture off to, start collaborating with other people. We have to get Coffee Brown back up and moving and strong and people, doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I dig it. I definitely dig it. Look here. This was really fun having you guys on. I don't want to take too much of your time. But Coffee Brown, thank you guys for coming through. When this live edition of the podcast show is over, you guys, man, I will be putting the descriptions down below. So you make sure if Coffee Brown is in your city or town, make sure you definitely go support them. But before you guys go, any questions, any shout outs, anything you guys would like to say?
We would just like to say thank you to all the people that are watching. Thank you for having us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love.
Absolutely.
Brian.
And look, the after party continues. You know what I'm saying? We are just picking up from where we left off. And just be sure to keep on following us, supporting, liking, sharing, because Coffee Brown 2.0 was in the building. Yeah.
Hey, that's what's up. That's definitely what's up. I dig it so much. Man, once again, Ryan V, this was awesome. The links are going to be down below. Make sure you go follow them on social media and definitely check their latest music out. Katrina, once again, I thank you so much. And also, Coffee Brown, I love you guys. Appreciate it so much. Everyone who's watching this 200 episode of the 1130 podcast show, Sit tight. We're gonna come back. We got the WTF moment and more. Don't move. You're listening. You're watching to the 11:30 podcast. Coffee Brown. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Yes,
you so much
sir.
for having us. We really appreciate it.
Congrats on 200 shows too.
Thank
Congrats.
you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Introducing video podcasts on Spotify.
Transform your storytelling into a show everyone can watch
or listen to.
Easily upload your video through Anchor, Spotify's free podcast creation tool.
So whether you're showing off a new recipe,
interviewing an exclusive guest,
or uncovering the next mystery,
you can now reach a whole new audience with Spotify.
Podcasting just became more than audio.
Create with Anchor, watch on Spotify.
All right, man. Yo, we back here on the 11:30 podcast show, 200 episode. Man, oh man, yo, Koffee Brown. Thank you guys for coming through here on the show, Ryan and V. It was awesome having you guys on, man. Really, really awesome. And I just wanted to make sure I clear that up in the beginning of the podcast because I googled it. I was like, Koffee Brown. V and fonts, and I was like, hold up, wait a minute. But once Katrina, who's been wonderful with some guests that's been here on the 11:30 podcast show, and I got the bio and learned that Fonz, wasn't in the group no longer, and Ryan was. So awesome having you guys on. The links will be down below, so you guys make sure you go follow them and definitely check out their latest album, man. It's been a wonderful episode, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, definitely make sure you subscribe to the 11:30 podcast YouTube channel, man. I can't express it no more. Hit the like button. It would definitely do me a huge favor. This has been a wonderful time, man, chatting with Koffee Brown. Koffee Brown, like I said, man, we all had a rag. Everybody had a rag. I'm riding around in the house in a wheelchair. I got my rag too. You feel me? Everybody got a damn break, and we cleaning up. We dancing, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in here on Instagram as well, man. I had a bunch of people tuning in on the chat on Instagram. Thank you guys so much, man. 200 episodes of the podcast show has definitely been amazing, man. Definitely been amazing. All right, you guys, man, we're going to keep the show rolling on. Like I said before the break, man, we got to give it to you, man. And each and every week, we're going to do it. It's time for the WTF moment of the week. All right. It's time for the WTF moment of the week, man. And yo, man, this really happened like 2 weeks ago, man. When I seen it, I had my ass cracking up laughing. I don't know if you guys seen it, but if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check this out. WTF, man, all the way.
Calls case, People versus Corey Harris.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Just I want to pause it real fast, you guys, man. He's having court right now. He's having court for, I believe, a suspended driver license, man. For real. How you go to court, show up on Zoom, bro? You ain't even had to answer it. I don't know. They might have called him a couple times. I don't know. Well, come on, man. Like WTF, man.
Wait. You stationary?
I'm pulling
Yeah.
in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
That is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at
Yes.
his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Hey yo, man, come on. WTF all the way though. Like for real, bro. Like, man, you know that you got a suspended driver license, don't have a driver license at all, or suspended, whatever the case may be. And you about to get on a Zoom call. Like, bro, you could have parked the car, got out the car, started walking a little bit, and been like, yeah, Judge, man, I'm outside getting some exercise in, I wish I could drive, can't drive right now, but I'm here. Hey, but dog, he gotta be the dumbest, bro. It just was like, you seen his face too? He like when he was like, yeah, your bond has been revoked. You must turn yourself in. He just like, I can't believe this shit. Like, dog, WTF all the way, bro. I was cracking up laughing when I saw that, man. For real. He cleared it up that this was a clerical mistake on the court part. Okay. All right. See, I appreciate that. Maybe the court, because I look at it, man. You gonna show up, you gonna show up at the court, suspended driver license and all, man. That's big WTF. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. Next WTF moment of the week, man. I'm just gonna show this picture right here. I don't know if you guys heard about the story or seen it, man. I was just somebody was just telling me about it not too long ago about it. Actually, before the show, this young lady right here, man, is got a $5 million bond right now because in Ohio the other day she just randomly stabbed a 3-year-old boy, just out of the blue, just stabbed him. It wasn't no reason why or anything, man. Like, it was like WTF, man. And the smirk on her face just screams evil to me, man. For real. Like, you just got a knife and you just go up stab a 13-year-old innocent little boy that just really is just like, it don't make sense. Not one bit, man. It don't make sense. WTF. I wish I had the video. Actually, I thought I had the video, but I don't right now. But I don't understand it, man. What's going on in this world, man? You know what? Just like Koffee Brown said, man, we need some more love, man. That's what a lot of that's what's missing in the world right now. We just need to love each other. I think you know if we loved each other, we cared for each other more, man, and we just pass that energy on, man. I think we'd be, in a good place, in a better place instead of maybe the one we in right now, where it just seems though everyone doesn't want, everyone is, against everyone. It's crazy though. It's crazy. Yo, WTF all the way, man. WTF, man. That lady need to get some damn help though, for real. Lady need to get some damn help. Yo, man, we don't do the hot seat question tonight, but you guys, man, the hot seat definitely will return next Wednesday. The 11:30 podcast will indeed return to its regular scheduled programming. Next Wednesday, 11:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Central. For real, I just can't stress enough how this has been a wonderful day and just a wonderful time to just get on here and not necessarily vent, but just share with you guys my life and just chat with you guys and bring awesome interviews and conversations with people such as V and Brian, Coffee Brown, and I had Law on a couple of weeks ago, and it was amazing. Miss Arthur Bay, just so many amazing guests on this latest season of the 11:30 podcast. This latest season will be wrapping up in 2 weeks, you guys, and the 11:30 podcast show will indeed return this September, man, for real. But you guys, man, it doesn't stop there because Beyond 11:30 is back, man. Yes, Beyond 11:30 is back. Where grown folks are talking, man. We talk relationships, parenting, current events, sex, you name it, man. So Beyond 11:30 will be returning. Next month, you guys, in July. So, I'm definitely taking the podcast show on a little break. My son will be turning 2. He already act like he's 2 right now. I don't know if you guys hear him in the background, but yeah, man. So Beyond 11:30 is definitely coming back. So it's going to be fun. Also, you guys, the 11:30 podcast Talk Pro Wrestling will return, you guys, this Saturday with Snugs Wrestling, you guys, man. Featuring Snug Wrestling. It's gonna be awesome. Met the guy on TikTok, so we got some good stuff to talk about. Plus, WWE Clash at the Castle is this Saturday, so we're gonna be live following that. Warren Marlowe, man, appreciate you for coming through here on the show, chatting some good old wrestling, my guy. I know you kid free and everything, so definitely enjoy. Shout out to my guy Brian B. Everyone who support the 11:30 podcast, Harley, man, just everyone, man. Thank you guys so much, man. I'm about to hit on out of here, you guys, man. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in on Instagram. Definitely make sure you follow the 11:30 podcast, comment, tell me what you guys like about the show as well. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, tell a friend about the 11:30 podcast show, man. Support is free. So all you got to do, man, is just follow, subscribe, man. For real. Some good stuff coming, man. All right, man. I ain't going to keep rambling on. I'm about to go enjoy the rest of the night, man, and take some toast, take a drink, and enjoy. But, yo, Koffee Brown, thank you so much for coming through on the show. Warren Milo, appreciate it. Everyone who sent in all the shout out videos and everything. Yo, until next time, you guys, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Happy 200 and happy 2 more hundred to go here on the 11:30 podcast, you guys. Yo, peace, man.